got a lovely care package from Canada the other day, so I thought this would be a good time to show you or answer some questions that Canadians usually have or have asked me about Australia. So got a bunch written down. So first up, very common one, still get when I go home or when people ask is, do I see a lot of snakes and spiders? I have not had the privilege of seeing any spiders. I've seen a couple small spiders, but no big huntsmen, and I haven't seen any snakes yet either. But to be fair, I'm not actively seeking them out. So, I have seen drop bears though. Those are things you got to worry about. They are probably even more deadly than all the snakes and spiders here. So, yeah, if anybody comes, drop bears, they're real. They're just vicious and they will fuck you up. So be careful. What's Aussie food like? Aussie food, I would say, is similar to Canadian food in the sense that, I hope they all don't come for me, but I don't think it has much of an identity, kind of like Canadian. Like the meat pie, it's good, but it's not anything unique. Just like Canada, our thing is poutine, and poutine's not anything crazy. So it's good, though. It's good food. What is Vegemite? Vegemite is an interesting one. It's very salty. It's just a very salty paste that you put on top of things, and a lot of Aussies love it. But when you eat it, make sure that I've just recently been shown how to eat it, because at first I treated it like peanut butter, where I could just take a scoop. You put a little bit on toast with butter. It's pretty good. Does toilet water spin the other way? No, I believe that's just design. I think it just splashes in. So, no, I would say no. There was a Simpsons episode back in the day that's where I thought it for sure it did, because there's an old Simpsons episode where it does. But no, I think it just goes in depending how they designed it. Why do so many Aussies work at ski resorts in Canada? They do that because anyone who's going to Canada, they probably like to have a good time. They like their piss. They like to drink and have fun. So the best spot to do that is in the Rockies and is in the mountains. So yeah, it's just their most surefire way to have fun. I got kids running around. I'll have to cut that out. I think too, they get numb to the beaches. So they just want the polar opposite. Like I could see how, it's amazing here, but I could see how every day you're just looking at beautiful beaches and waves and all this nice weather. And you're like, yeah, you probably just want a bit of a change at some point. So what do Aussies think of Steve Irwin? They love him to bits, to pieces. I don't know if there is a comparable to Canada or America, like where it's just universally, you cannot hate the man. Closest thing I could think of was like Terry Fox. So we have Terry Fox back in Canada. I don't think he's at the same level, but if a Canadian said they didn't like Terry Fox, I would just steer clear of them. I'd be like, yeah, you're fucked. Something's wrong with you. So that's the close comparable I got. But yeah, they love him to bits. National treasure. It's pretty cool. Where do I live? Do I live out in the bush, on a farm, out in the boonies? No, I've stuck to cities for my time here. Yeah, I haven't ventured too much into the bush yet. I'm still sort of, I don't know, I like my cities. I like the amenities, I guess. I'm a glamper, I think, but eventually I will get a camper van and fuck off into the bush and see it all. But for now, I'm on the Goldie. I'm pretty content to be here. Does everyone surf? Does everyone drink lots? No, I'd say most people don't surf because it's pretty dangerous, but a lot of people do. And do they drink lots? I would say yes. Canadians, we drink a lot too, but they're definitely on par or more because there's more days you can drink here. Like you can see your friends here every day of the week because it's nice weather. So I think it's just more opportunities to drink. So yeah, I would say because of that, yeah, they drink a lot and probably more than us Canadians. And they're like, what are Aussies like? It's hard to say. It's like, what are Canadians like? I think as a whole, they are more chill, but I don't think that's also, I feel like they get categorized like they're all super chill and laid back. Like, I just think depends on which ones you meet. I think they just live for each day a lot better here. I will say though, with Aussies, you do have to take, I found especially when I was in Cairns, you have to take what they say with a grain of salt because their risk tolerance is very, very high. So if an Aussie would do something, doesn't mean I should do it or you should do it. Aussie words, lingo. I mean, I have so many written down. I'm going to do a different video just on that. But we got some of the ones I wrote here is like Bottle-O, that's like their beer store. Servo is like the gas station. Chuck-a-sickie would be calling sick, having a sick day. Sunnies, we got sunglasses. I feel like it is very similar to hockey lingo. Also, the lingo here, like when they're saying Brizzy and stuff like that, like it is just similar to what we would say in Canada. I think that's why I get on fairly well with Aussies. I feel like I'm just back home with my friends, with my mates. So what do I do all day? Now, with my broken foot, not a whole lot. My calendar is heavily geared towards volleyball, swimming, trying to surf, being outside. And yeah, it's all out the window now. Usually working 2 days a week, cover my costs. And then I've really just been focusing on kind of YouTube or just enjoying, I guess, a little bit of my time and figuring out what I want to do. Just giving myself a lot of time to live and see how I would want to live if I could design my life. So that's what I'm doing. Any suggestions on things I should do now that my foot's broken would be appreciated. What time is it there? So it's 10:30 right now, and I am 14 hours ahead of the Eastern people in Toronto area until we do some Fugazi shit and do the time zones, the daylight savings in half of the states here. So yeah, for now it's 14 hours. Have I seen sharks? I think so. Maybe. I'll put a clip there. It might be a shark. I don't know. If that's not a shark, then no. What's the currency like? It's basically, again, it feels like Canada. Like it's the same colors, it's just mixed around. And then I find it very weird that their larger coins are their cheaper ones. And then the more expensive coins, so the $2 coin is small. I think that doesn't make sense to me. But the bills, they're pretty similar. You know, we're all for the Queen and all that. So, and then are there a lot of Outback steakhouses in Australia? I haven't seen one. And with all this, I didn't want to research this. So there might be, there might not be. I don't know. Hopefully there's not, because I don't think they were very good back in Canada. Yeah, I haven't seen them. I think it is more of a themed restaurant in Canada, in America. Those are the questions. Those are the main ones that I thought of. If there's any others, let me know. But yeah, that's it.